bunch of amateurs, they don't know what they're doing, and they're incompetent. Well, you know, in 33 years, not one of those incompetents has been injured. We haven't lost anybody, and we haven't hurt anybody. But here's the thing that really, the reason I have these kind of inexperienced, non-professional people is because I can't pay people to do what these volunteers do. That kind of passion cannot be bought. So that's why we rely on volunteers. And you know, I took some comfort from going into the letters to the editors to the London Sunday Times in 1911, when a similar, another criticism that was leveled against another individual was Ernest Shackleton, who was accused of having crew that were not professional and they were all inexperienced. And he said, I don't want professionals, I want people who are going to get me to the pole. And so that's, you know, the reason that we go with individuals that we do have, because I tell you, we've got some of the bravest people in the world that participate in here. In the last 3 campaigns, in fact, the 3 bravest crew members I've had have been the 3 women who have served as our Japanese translators, because they're taking the biggest risks. That's why we have to have their face covered all the time so that their family doesn't get persecuted back in Japan. But people, you know, we have a lot of support in Japan. People come to us and want to get involved. And the campaign that you saw here was really our first encounter with the Japanese fleet. And we learned a lot of lessons. And the next 3 campaigns that we did, actually the next 4 campaigns that we did, every one of them got more and more successful. So we just came back a month ago, and for the first time, we saved more whales than they killed. We saved 528 and they killed 507. But of their quota of fin whales, they took only 1. Another quota of humpback whales, they took 0. And so it was a very successful campaign, and we cost them between $70 and $100 million in losses. And that's the language that they understand, profit and loss. And for the last 4 years, they have not made a profit. We went down this year with 3 ships and came back with 2. We lost one, the Audi Gill. It was deliberately rammed and cut in half by a Japanese harpoon vessel. And here's where it really shows how the law is one-sided. It was a New Zealand registered vessel, New Zealand captain with crew from the Netherlands, New Zealand, and Australia, sunk by a Japanese harpoon vessel. That captain has not been questioned by New Zealand, Australia, or Japan. I don't know of any case in maritime history where a ship has been rammed, even accidentally, and the captain hasn't been questioned. There's one law for them, and there's one law for us. And we're going against poachers who, if they were in Africa, would be shot for doing what they're doing. The only difference between whale poachers in Antarctica and elephant poachers in Kenya is the elephant poachers are black, they're poor, and they get shot. But these guys get away with killing whales in a whale sanctuary. What is it about the word sanctuary that people don't seem to understand? It's a sanctuary. And now, unfortunately, that moratorium that's been with us for 22 years looks like it's going to be lifted because New Zealand and the United States are going to betray us. 8 years of George Bush not doing this, and Obama's going to sell out the whales. Wow. Just as he's going to okay offshore oil drilling. Politicians are liars. They're all liars. I'm not going to vote against this.